Good morning, friends. My name is Kelechi Irondu. I'm here to share a few guidelines on how to evaluate the ongoing campaign communications. First things first, why do we have all the noise everywhere? Why are there many stickers everywhere or posters? Why is it everywhere on the social media? Why is it on the traditional media? Why do we have political rallies rather? Why do we have candidates everywhere saying one thing or the other? Don't be mistaken. These campaigns or rallies an avenue for political aspirants to communicate their intentions for running for office. In other words, they're actually doing the right thing. And you may ask, is it necessary? Yes, it is. Because it is through these rallies and campaigns that they communicate to you and I, the electorate, what their intentions are for running for office to gain our trust. Now, I'm sure you don't want to give your trust away like that, or cast your vote, or lose your vote. So, to enable you vote correctly and vote the right candidate, you need to ask a few questions. Now, it's beyond being loyal to a particular political party. It's not even religious at all, because I believe our country has gone beyond the era where we vote people in because we identify with their religious beliefs or because we love or are loyal to their political parties. So I would say, in choosing your candidates or choosing who you vote for any of the executive offices, please don't be partisan. Don't be religious about it. Ask the right questions so that you vote the right candidates in. In the end, you and I have a stake, and our decisions are critical to the development of this country, especially when it comes to voting in decision makers into office. These decision makers are essentially are meant to be in office to represent the electorate or to represent the citizens of this country. So if you understand this and know that it's not about the temporary gain, it's not about the cash you get in exchange for your vote, it's not about the party or the contract you'll be awarded if the candidate you're loyal to gets into office. It's bigger than that. Truth be told, Nigeria is bigger than any individual. The growth of this country is a collective effort, and you and I have a key role to play in making this happen and building the Nigeria of our dreams, that our children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren will eventually grow up and live in. So let's vote to build a nation. So here are a few questions to ask. Does a candidate communicate his or her ideas in the most effective way? Are the communications void of exaggerated and questionable information? In other words, the candidate should be able to communicate in such a way that whatever information they're giving out can be verified and they can be held accountable to this information. Does the communication explain the candidate's intention for running for office? Are the communications partisan and aligned to sectional, religious, or ethnic interests? If we want to build the Nigeria of our dreams, then it is important we lay aside partisanship, we lay aside religious, going about it in a religious manner. We lay aside every form of nepotism. Because like I said, Nigeria is bigger than any political party. Nigeria is bigger than any ethnic group. We all together as ethnic groups, as people with different religious beliefs, as people in different political parties, make up Nigeria. The next question you should ask: does the communication expose a tendency for violence or interference with the electoral process? So at this point, I mean, does the communication give an indication that this candidate or political party will likely make a way or hijack or in any way on the day of election interfere with the electoral process, run away with the ballot box, steal the ballot box, influence people's decision at the voting or the polling unit? So these are key questions or key things we need to listen out for. Is it void of sentiment and allegiance to a donor? So in other words, is the candidate communicating that he will be loyal to a particular godfather or to the nation or to you and I? Those are key questions we need to ask. Is the candidate confident to discuss his or her limitations? We all know that these candidates also, as much as they have good intentions, may also have limitations. So let's look out for candidates who would, when voted into office, make their work or make nation building a collaborative effort, and not one that, like I said, loyal to a godfather, not one that will promote nepotism, not one that will be sentimental or not one that will at the end, defeat the reason why you and I voted them into office. So these are a few things, a few questions we need to ask. Now these are, I would go further to mention a few characteristics of an ethical campaign promise. An ethical campaign promise should be realistic. It should be issue-based, as against coming to talk down on the other candidates. It should be made with the intent of being fulfilled. It should be clearly articulated. It should be such that can be accomplished within the jurisdiction of the office the candidate is running for. It should be within the context of our national values. It should be measurable. It should be focused to benefit the citizens and not a particular individual. These guiding principles is a collaborative effort of KITS Academy and the African Resource Center for Ethics and Values. Please feel free to reach out to any of these organizations if you have more questions. Vote for ethics. Vote for candidates that can be held accountable. Thank you.